Hi you guys, I'm Kat Corbett, and it's KROQ to the Rescue, presented by Mercedes-Benz. Joining me right now, I have Julie from the Pasadena Humane Society and the lovely Layla. She has been making all the hearts swoon at KROQ since she walked through the door. And as you can see, she's super friendly, super love bug, likes to give kisses, and is really pretty. And the thing that you told me about her that shocked me was how old she is.
Yeah, you know, she's 12 years old and actually has been at the shelter for a very long time. We don't understand why she hasn't gotten a home yet. Sometimes people walk right past the older dogs, but the truth is there's a lot of pep in their step still, and we think older dogs are awesome for most people, and someone should come and get Layla because she's a great dog.
Well, I'm glad you brought her in. That was one of the things that we like to do with KROQ to the Rescue.
See, and she jumps.
I know. Too. Come here, buddy. Come on back.
Come on, girlfriend.
With KROQ to the Rescue is like, you know, the older dogs, we can't put treats out and then expect them not to have some. Can I give her one?
And a big bed too. Sure.
So, you know, I really wanted people to get to know older dogs and come here, buddy. You deserve it. There you go.
As you can see, she loves her treats. She loves her walks. She'll be happy with a small bed, a big bed. She really just wants a lap to sit on and somebody to love her.
Older dogs, you know, people hear that, you know, we talk about it all the time because they're like, they don't have much time, so I need to get like a young puppy. And you'd be surprised what a difference your life will make with having an older dog and how easy they can be.
Well, you know, that's the truth. They come already trained. You know what their personality is like. You know how big they're going to be. You usually know what kind of preference they are. You don't have to feed them as much because young animals need to be fed every couple of hours. So many wonderful things about an older dog. You could tell whether they're good with kids. You could tell that they just want to sit and eat your treats right now like this. And with younger animals as well, they're awesome, but they're a lot of work. They have a lot of energy. They rip things apart. Older dogs, they just want to sit and be loved.
And we need to come up with a better word for older because it just kind of, I think it just leaves a little, you know, mark on them, and which is completely uncalled for because seriously, she is so sweet and cute and lovable and a great lap dog, but also really wants to have some good times. Tell me about the Pasadena Humane Society.
Well, you know, the other thing, before I do that, the other thing about older dogs is it's also the same kind of stigma that happens with shelter dogs.
Correct.
Is a lot of times people think they're bad dogs or there's a problem. So sometimes we go after like the car dealerships who say gently used or, you know, gently new. We try to come up with really fun things at the Pasadena Humane Society.
Are you gently used? Are you gently used?
Or, yeah.
You are.
But the Pasadena Humane Society is actually a full-service animal organization that does animal control for 11 different cities, and we provide services to the whole greater Los Angeles area.
Wow, that's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. We handle about 12,000 animals a year, which is not only dogs, cats, but critters as well as wildlife. And we also have a lot of services available to the public. So we have a whole slew of wellness programs, from free to low-cost spay-neuter, vaccine clinics, microchip clinics, nail clipping clinics. We do a ton of educational outreach. We have a kids program called Kids for Animals. And of course, we have our animal sheltering and our adoptions programs. The animals can all be seen on our website, as well as the information about the other services we offer on the website too.
Well, I love that, and I think you know, a lot of times people are like, I think I can afford a pet, but you know, all the other stuff that goes along with it. You know, an organization like Pasadena Humane Society can really help them out. You just have to show up and ask.
Our goal is to keep animals in the family.
Right.
We know that animals are so important to the family unit, and we don't want them in the shelter. We never want them to be in the shelter. So whatever we can do to help you be more responsible or to provide services so that animal can stay there, that is what we do. We have a program called Helping Paws, for example.
Okay.
And Helping Paws is all about helping people in crisis. Under that program, we have a pet food bank. We can offer our free behavior helpline if you're having a behavior issue.
I think those are really big deals. So if you're listening out there and you know someone who's kind of struggling and they're really stressed out about, you know, you always want to keep the family together.
That's right. And the animal is part of that.
The animal is part of the family, and certainly during stressful times, financial times, not only do the animals keep everybody calm, But I know it can seem like a stress on it, everything, because you want to keep them fed and you want to do all that stuff. So it's nice that you guys offer that.
Well, it's the worst thing that can happen to a person. So they lose their job, they lose their house, they have no money to necessarily even eat, and now they have to lose their pet too.
No, I couldn't do it.
It's heart-wrenching.
It's awful.
We provide things to help people. We recently had a homeless veteran that needed 2 weeks in an effort to get a new apartment. But he had a large dog and he wasn't leaving his dog, and we were able to temporarily board that dog so that he could then do what he needed to do to get his life together, get a new house, and they are back home now in their new home. So it really is about keeping the animals. The shelter is not a good environment for any animal, no matter how wonderful our shelter is. You know, the Pasadena Humane Society is probably up there in wonderful shelters, but we don't want them there. We want them in your home, and we're going to do whatever we can to help you do the right thing and keep them there. But if you are interested in adopting a pet, our animals are pretty awesome, and shelter animals are pretty awesome. So we want to make sure that people think about adoption first.
Right.
And the Pasadena Humane Society as part of that thought process. Sometimes people think we're just Pasadena because Pasadena is our name, but we have a much broader reach. And we service all over the area, and would love people to come down, get involved, and consider adopting a pet.
You know, we said Layla is 12, and she looks like, what kind of mix do you think she is?
She's a min-pin mix.
Okay.
Our veterinarians say that her health is great. She has a little bit of cataracts, but other than that, we are seeing nothing else that would prevent her from living a very long life.
Yeah, she's got a lot more in her, so you might have a home. I mean, she clearly wants to be playing and getting to these treats.
She wants to explore the studio right now.
Yeah, she's definitely on the move. So I don't think it's a big stretch to see this one going on a walk with you on a daily basis. You know, going to the park and having a good time. And you think she's good with kids? That's okay.
Yeah, we do.
I mean,
we have Critter Camp right now going on at the Humane Society, which is where our Kids for Animals kids are learning all about animals and getting involved through camp. And they've been interacting with her, and she is a shelter volunteer and kid favorite. And then, as I mentioned, we have lots of volunteers as well who have been interacting. There you go. Been interacting with her. So if you can't adopt a pet, another thing you can help animal shelters do is become a volunteer. Because
fostering's volunteering and fostering.
And coming in every day. We have volunteers who work with our rabbits, with our dogs, with our cats.
Rabbits.
Rabbits. Oh. We have a whole bunch of rabbits. Third most common animal in an animal shelter.
Well, we do all know what happens with rabbits. They just multiply.
That's the reason why our spay-neuter clinic is working really hard to make sure nobody multiplies, because we don't want them in the shelter either.
How many rabbits do you think you have?
We have a whole critter house that has rabbits, guinea pigs, hamsters, lizards,
all up for rescue,
all up for adoption.
I think we need to make a visit maybe and get some footage of all of the unique, you know, that kind of, and because I think people don't realize all of those animals need homes.
Well, especially when you're an animal control agency, we have contracts with 11 different municipalities to do animal control. So that means you never know what animal is going to come through our door. We don't pick and choose. We have an open door program where people can come and bring what they need to bring. So you never know what we're going to have. And we have certainly had odd animals at the shelter. Right now there's a chicken. I'm personally fostering a bearded dragon.
Oh, they look amazing.
Love them, and she just laid eggs, so that was just kind of a whole different issue.
Can you fix a bearded dragon?
Apparently you can, but this one I think is living happy, and she's ultimately going to be a foster failure because she's going to stay at my house. I like her a lot.
See, that's amazing.
But we thought she was a boy, and now we learned she was a girl because she laid eggs.
So I'm saying is she has some babies maybe up for adoption.
No, sorry, I didn't mean to bring up her eggs.
I'm
but
sorry.
It's interesting. They are unfertilized eggs.
Oh, okay.
So they are not going to be that.
I don't know. I need to do my bearded dragon research.
Yes. But
I've only seen what they look like. They have the ones with the big spay head.
But the point is, no matter what you're looking for, you could probably find it at an animal shelter.
Okay.
And most animal shelters, including the Pasadena Humane, have pictures of the animals that we have available online. So all you have to do is go to our website and say, I'm looking for a hamster. And if we have a hamster in the shelter, its picture is going to pop up and you can come down and adopt.
Excellent. That's great to know that you have other animals. And also, you brought up pictures. We were talking about Layla. She photographs really well to the point where she looks really massive.
She does. She does. She looks like a big shepherd mix and almost a Rottie mix.
I think that might be why, you know, people just go by a picture and not adopt her. And that's why you guys need to go and physically say hello to some of the animals, because she's teeny tiny.
But having pictures of animals online has been one of those great things for us to really be able to promote animals for adoption, because you can literally sit home and troll our website and sit there with your coffee cup, and she's posing, isn't she?
I'm sorry, we're trying to be all serious and stuff, but I can't take my eye off her because she's loving the paparazzi right now.
But you're right that the best thing to do would be to come down, because sometimes you have in your head what type of animal you're looking for, and then you come down to the shelter and you talk to one of our adoption counselors, and suddenly you're going to bond with somebody. Changes your mind, because we don't always know what's right for our family, and our trained staff can talk to you and find out, are you a couch potato? Are you somebody who exercises a lot? What is it that you're specifically looking for? What does your family look like? And our adoption counselors will make matches.
I feel like, you know, when you're going to find an animal, it's like dating. Like, you have an idea, a checklist that you think you're going to look for, and then you meet someone who completely blows all of those things out of the water.
That's exactly what it's like with animals. You know, there's so much online, and if we don't do our research, we think we know what we want and what we need and what animals are like until we come in and meet them. And personally, I think there's really something really special about the power of that immediate connection that you have with an animal when you walk around the shelter and look at their eyes. And again, our staff members can say, well, you know, you might want to look at this one, and it could be a dog that you would never have thought of looking at before. Again, this little girl has been in our shelter for so long, and people are walking past her, and we don't understand why. So one of the things we're going to do to help her today is actually change her location in the shelter, because sometimes moving them from this kennel to this kennel gives them just kind of a new light and suddenly a new vibe, and people see them.
Yeah, she's fantastic. So here's Layla. Maybe you guys will be interested in meeting her. I mean, her coat is amazing. And she's such a good size, because you can pick her up if you need to. And take her with you like that. Like, and she really does like to be close. I mean, I just met her 2 minutes ago, and she's sitting in my lap.
And I have to tell you, she's been to city council meetings, this dog. She has been to other places where there have been groups of people. And she just is great.
Yeah,
so
she's very
somebody,
social.
Please. It will make me personally very happy, and everybody at the shelter when she finds a home. But the truth is, we get all excited about one, and then right behind it, there is another that needs help. There are so many animals at this time of the year, dogs and cats, that get abandoned or get born because they're not spayed or neutered. And it's our most difficult time of the year. But we handle it like pros, but we need people's support. So whether it's volunteering, adopting, or even donating to help the animals, that's all stuff that you could do to make a difference.
Excellent. Well, I love her so much, and I really hope she goes to a good home. Julie, thank you for coming in. Pasadena Humane Society, and we'll have the website up so you can check out the link and maybe give her a look. I mean, she's honestly so sweet, and she's so quiet.
She is. Whoops, there she goes.
And she's clearly adventurous for a 12-year-old. She's very spunky. And thank you for coming on KROQ to the rescue.
Thanks for giving us the opportunity. It's PasadenaHumane.org.
Excellent. Look at that. She's like, just play us out, Layla.